Worm, prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
Whis told the Z Fighters that there is a mortal who is so powerful that their own god of destruction could not defeat them. So he's as powerful as a god of destruction. That god of destruction is stronger than Beerus. So through that, this mortal, more than likely, is either as strong as Beerus or stronger than Beerus. Those are sort of the facts that you can take from what we stated. And a lot of people thought it was going to be Jiren the Grey. And I'm going to tell you why it's not Jiren the Grey. Number one, it's not Jiren the Grey because of the fact that Whis would have probably known that it's Jiren. He seemed to know who the mortal was. He seemed to know who the god of destruction was. And then, you know, that would be some vital information to tell the team to stop them from getting erased when they're going into this tournament. Why would he withhold this information and not tell them, hey, Jiren is the guy who fought his own god of destruction and defeated him. He's pretty strong. You know, you can't defeat him. That's one of the aspects that really doesn't make any sense for it being Jiren. Another thing is that why would one of the universes that is up for erasure because their mortal ranking was so low, why would this mortal who's stronger than the god of destruction be in this universe? It makes more sense for him to be in one of the saved universes. There are 4 of them. It makes more sense for him to be in the next arc. That way we get to see more of the angels. It kind of pushes us more into the angels. It pushes us more into seeing what Xeno's all about. It really gives us more of an idea on the higher levels of divinity. Because I still, in my mind, think that there's something higher, or at least controlling, or in the back of the Omni King and the Grand Priest. There's something more that we're not seeing. So out of these 4 universes, who could be this god of destruction that has a mortal that he really can't kill? And in my mind, it's going to be Jiren, the god of destruction of Universe 12. Mainly because we didn't see him fight or spar with the rest of the gods of destruction. And it's kind of weird that he just kind of opted not to go in there and not to fight. And so in my mind, my speculation is that that kind of points to him being more of the guy who is the most powerful god of destruction. And I think I'll be proven right later down the line, though this is all speculation at this point. And we did see the other gods of destruction. They did have some formidable powers and formidable strengths, but it just, again, it seems like it's going to be more about Jiren. And then this mortal is going to propel us, either if there's a time skip or in the next arc, propel us into learning more about the gods of destruction, the history with the Supreme Kais, the history with their connection, and more about the angels and you know, the Omni Kings, and what happened to the other angels that were, or the other gods of destruction that were controlling the other universes that the Omni King destroyed. Because remember, I believe he stated right in the beginning, right before the Universe 6 arc, we stated that there were 18 universes, and out of a whim, the Omni King destroyed many of them up till, you know, going down to 12. So with all this said, again, I'm not trying to downplay Jiren because I think he's going to be like the one that pushes the rest of the Z Fighters into getting to that next level. I think he's going to have some really great moments in this tournament, but I think he's also going to be one of those characters that's going to have to either face the next threat or the mortal that can't defeat a god of destruction, or he's going to be the character that kind of ties into it. I want him to be more part of the story. I want him to be as prominent as the Universe 6 warriors, like Hit and all that. So, by my reasoning, Jiren is the god of destruction, and in his universe, there is a mortal that he can't destroy, meaning that he can't Hakai him either. He can't beat him, he can't Hakai him, he can't defeat him. Normally I do shoutouts for my last video, but my last video was a tribute video for Linkin Park's Chester Bennington. So I'm going to go back on this video and go to the video right before that, which is the silent kill, Jiren finally strikes. And this comment was awesome. This comment's by ThunderDragon01. Let's acknowledge that Goku and Caulifla had a violent affair in the middle of the tournament. Chi-Chi better file a divorce. Go on, say hello to your new mom. That's hilarious. A lot of people might get triggered by this because they think that Caulifla is like, you know, 15 years old or something like that. I don't think she's that young. I think she's probably like in her early 20s. And even though Goku is a lot older, who cares? There are a lot of older guys that have really, really young, hot girlfriends. So I don't mind that at all. Oh yeah, Goku's married. Well, you know what? Chi-Chi should have started nagging a long time ago. Though I doubt that Goku and Caulifla are gonna have any sort of thing going on between them that's, you know, sexual or in any sort of relationship. But I hope that Chi-Chi meets Caulifla and then realizes, hey, Goku, I'm gonna start tightening this leash, because you know, you're not gonna be sparring with this chick in all hours of the night while I'm sitting at home taking care of 2 kids, or 1 kid I guess at this point, you know, feeding dinner and doing laundry. Hopefully Chi-Chi kind of puts her foot down on this. But anyway, great comment, love it. Who is this guy? Well, I don't know. Obviously nobody knows, because we haven't gotten to that part yet. If you're watching this video in the future, you may know, but I want to tell you who I want him to be. First of all, I want Goku's new form to reach even higher levels, where it gets close to that God of Destruction level. I feel like that God of Destruction level is the next tier that we really need the Z Fighters to get to, because they're not the big bad anymore. We just saw a God of Destruction Seadra get destroyed or erased. The big bads are the Angels and the Omni Kings. Those are the most powerful beings in the universe. So Goku's new form really needs to push the limits and get us, the Z Fighters collectively as a group, next in that God tier, God of Destruction tier level. But this guy, these are the things that I want him to be. This is kind of just my speculation and my theorizing and what I want this mortal to look like and to be like. Number 1, I would really, really love for us to get the dragons back from GT. Not those specifically, obviously, but like at least like a dragon warrior, something that looks almost similar to Shenron. That would be so badass, but not like directly like Shenron. Like, you don't want him to be like, oh, he looks exactly like Shenron. No, but still like a dragon. I always thought that the dragons were so cool in GT. Not all of them, obviously. Some of them were ridiculous in my opinion, but there were some really, really cool ones, like Ice. I think it was Ice Shenron and Nova Shenron. Those were cool. The rest, you know, the ones that look like they actually fight, they were probably the more badass ones. So I would like this word to kind of look like a dragon. That would be really, really cool. That would tie everything in together. Dragon Balls, this and that. Maybe he's got his people have some lineage to the actual Super Dragon Balls. You never know. But again, this is just what I want. I think it would be really cool if he had a weapon. As you guys can tell by my thumbnail, the Dragon Warrior in the thumbnail has a sword. I think it'd be awesome for him to have a sword. The only other character that we've seen kill something that's essentially God of Destruction tier-ish, maybe, we're not confirmed, is Trunks. He destroyed Zamazu's physical body, even though Zamasu then went up into the sky and became the universe, but he killed his physical body with a sword. And so I think it'd be really cool for him to have a weapon and kind of push more of his energy in that weapon, sort of like the spirit sword that Trunks has. I think that that's kind of like the next level that we're having, because we are seeing a lot of energy swords now from different characters. I think having like different types of weapons that actually could hurt the Z Fighters and stuff and put a lot of energy into them, that would probably be the next kind of step in the fighting progress of Dragon Ball Super. And the last thing I want from this guy is I don't want him to be a bad guy. I don't want him to be a good guy either. I want him to be a guy that challenges gods of destruction. Like, he challenged his god of destruction, Jiren, defeated him, or wasn't able to be destroyed by Jiren, and then continued on with his life. Like, he wasn't going to kill Jiren, or he wasn't trying to take his place or anything like that. He just wants to learn more about the upper tiers. He wants to learn more of the gods of destruction. He's got all this information. I want him to have all this information. That way we know finally what's going on with the higher tiers of things that we don't understand. Where do the Supreme Kais come from? Why do they all look like they're one race? Like, things like that. What are the King Kais and the North Kai and South Kai? What does their race have to do with everything? I want him to be the wealth of information, but I don't want him to be a good guy or a bad guy, just kind of like a Han Solo type of character that plays by his own rules. That's really what I want from this character. But again, it could be Jiren, we never know. I could be wrong, but I'm hoping that this is the direction Dragon Ball Super is going. That way the next arc is completely amazing, because this arc has been really, really good so far, even though it had a rocky start in my opinion. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. Drop me a like if you like my video, and this is going to be Dragon Ball Black signing off.